those straws that have like the bends in them that you like pour on and goes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he sounded like when he did that. Did you say Barack? Do you burp and say Obama?
Oh shit, we're live. Welcome back to the fuckery.
Yeah, we caught all that Barack shit.
Oh shit.
And
Well, welcome to the Side Piece Podcast, where we're covering pop and not so pop news. I'm one of your hosts, Nick B, aka In Bison, who's here to my left
Hi, I'm Diana.
and to my right,
Shot Don.
and across from my penis we have.
I shall not respond to such fuckery. There's no possibility
I refuse.
of any such fuckery. Oh my goodness.
That's right, you hear it first. The man with the voice made for radio,
And
Dex.
phase two.
aka Dexterville Morning Chats.
Oh my god, this motherfucker here.
No, this is Dexter. Don't let your friends who don't drink bartend for you. Morning chaps. What the fuck?
Okay, people, this is the conversation that we're having right now. I do not drink, but I am allowing myself to grow, and by grow I mean I'm allowing this circle of alcoholics to
Hey, hold
make
on.
drinks that
Pump
I
the
can
motherfucking
test out
brakes.
to see how I feel about them.
Nah. Ne'er one of these motherfuckers in here go to classes. We are drunks.
Yes, thank you for the.
I mean, I have gotten to classes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, with this experiment that's been going on, I have found that there are very sweet tasting things, and I decided, let's test some things out. Let's do the undoable.
On my life.
And so, what I did was, Diana asked for whiskey. And when I looked for her favorite bottom shelf, I want to forget my life whiskey, I looked slightly to the left, and there was Bird Dog peanut butter flavored whiskey. And I was like, how can I pass this up? I mean, it even had 2 shot glasses next to it, or attached to it.
Oh, where are
And-
the shot glasses? I want to see those.
Yeah, the shot glasses are in the house, and they're in the shapes of shotgun shells.
Let's do it.
There's no way.
Let's do it.
There's
Right? Isn't
no,
that cool?
There's no way you're gonna show me a bottle of whiskey
Oh,
with
we're
a
not
dog's
gonna take shots
face
without those.
and peanut butter under it, and I'm not gonna buy it.
We deserve to take
Ah.
shots out of those.
You would.
So we bought it,
Not morning chaps. He's done for the night. But
and immediately we decided we have to
Well,
come up with some
Nick
kind of.
ain't bartending for me ever again.
Yeah, we decided we had to come up with some kind of peanut butter and jelly shot. So we tried multiple things, and I just so randomly to happen by Tequila Rose,
Gross.
Yeah.
which is
Or
like,
fucking peanut butter whiskey. in
which
this
for
shit.
people who are a lot like me, I will explain what Tequila Rose is. It's
The devil's
the
taint.
it's the mane of a unicorn
You call it the devil's taint.
flowing directly
Yes.
into a jar.
Oh, shit.
The mane of a unicorn flowing directly into a
No,
jar.
a unicorn's mane. Don't you do that. You get nasty. It is strawberry liqueur with
This
a hint of
motherfucker
tequila.
also pretty nasty.
Now, I decided I'm going to mix this whiskey with this
Oh god.
Yes, you
amazing
heard him.
flavorful
God
thing.
awful fucking combination.
God, I
You
almost
better off
threw
make-
up. I
you
almost
better
threw
off
up when I
making-
fucking drank it. Like I
Alright,
will drink shoe polish before I fucking drink that
I would
again.
drink bleach
No.
before I drink this shit again.
We
Mind
did.
you, I'm allergic to bleach, so
So we did.
give me some bleach shooters, please.
We did whiskey with Tequila Rose. It was not recorded because
Yeah.
I
So Nick
was
not mixing shit again.
He was not aware of the harm he was causing.
I loved it because I didn't taste any alcohol really. It was just
He's
what-
still a newbie. I mean,
it's what beautiful tastes
the
like.
fact that he chose tequila rose
If you
already
could-
tells you. You gotta use real jelly.
If you could bottle beauty, that's what it tasted like.
What the fuck is wrong
And
with
other
Yo,
than
I'll just be fucking ugly.
and after
If
that,
you can ball up beauty and eat its asshole, then you
Fuck
know
that.
what he's
That
talking
drink-
about.
That shit you created was a combination of Kodak Black, fucking Lil Wayne in the ass, and had a fucking love child. That shit was a gremlin with dreadlocks.
You have weird daydreams. But after we had that, Shaw Don decided, hey, there's an actual mix with this drink. Let's mix it. And so we had
What they call red hot panties. It's tequila rose and cinnamon whiskey. We so happen to have my favorite drink, Fireball. Shut up, Chaps. Anyways,
Mike Chaps.
but
Mike Chap 1,
it
2,
wasn't
1,
as
2.
good as I thought it would be. It was kind of.
It was great.
It was very.
Disturbing.
Now, after all of this, I was fine. My fat ass is just A-okay.
Rookie.
Now, there's somebody who's a little bit further onto the, we'll call it the darker side,
Yes.
who we lost for about 3 hours.
The darkness wasn't ready.
We had no idea where he went
No, I knew it. I found him.
because somebody apparently can't hold their liquor.
I mean, everyone knows you're not supposed to mix like 5 different liquors. That's just not a good idea.
Right.
Well, especially if you're over the age
Unless
of,
it's like
20.
a Long Island iced tea.
First of all, this man is a walking pharmacy. I just assumed he can drink motor oil and he'll be fine.
That'd have been better than the shit you created.
Better than what you
I'd have
did,
loved that
yes.
some
WD-40
W20.
and yeah,
Some
shit.
20 weight fucking race oil.
I
Shit,
just think you people
beer
are broken.
grease. What the
Fuck.
fuck?
I just think you people are broken. That was a delicious thing.
Yeah,
Jesus
you broke
Christ.
me.
Battery
Exactly.
acid would have been a better option.
But
You'd have been a slave master and master himself. Drink, nigga.
now, with all that said and done out of the way, there's something that I've wanted to talk about for a couple weeks now, which is some very unusual stuff, and I'm pretty sure that we will all have stories about it. And what that is,
Get out of your fly.
through the annals of time, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, you can look back and realize the most egregiously homosexual gay stuff
Oh, here we go.
has been done in the name of heterosexuality.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. We have grown accustomed to always wearing clothes, right?
I mean, yeah, we'd have no choice, but yeah.
Yeah, but all
No
Protect my
laws
skin,
and shit,
man.
you know.
but all of a sudden, in school, they want you to shower with other men, butt ass naked. You
Nope,
play
never
slap ass with other men, just butt ass naked.
Yeah.
These are things that happen
false
in
starts.
male locker rooms. Come on.
I mean,
Come
true,
on.
and then
Lie to me and say that it doesn't.
it does
Oh,
it
That's
does
why I
happen
took
even in
my black
women's
ass
locker
the fuck
rooms.
home.
But
Fuck
also,
that shit, man.
it's kind of weird that you sit there if you pee in front of people, like pee publicly, you go to jail where you have to pee publicly.
Yeah.
Like
If
what?
I've worked in a
right.
jail, and that is fucking uncomfortable.
And think about it. Think about it. Again, you can argue that running a train on a woman, for those of you who don't know, it's when several men have sex with one woman, one after the other, just in like
Or
blinding
even at the
secret.
same time.
gangbang.
So, again, this
Bang,
is
bang.
you, a quote unquote straight male, seeing your homeboy twerk inside of a woman, meaning you see his ass cheeks just going in a fucking circle, and somehow you stay erect, and then you enter her right after him. What got you hard, homie? What got you hard?
What is wrong with you?
I'm glad you said it, because I was looking at the look on her face while you were saying that shit. And went
I'm
from
just trying not to
like,
laugh.
The look went from
I need to know.
the look on your face went from, okay, he's got a point, to, oh no, he's,
Here he goes.
like it went from like okay to like
It's not even
well,
what he
I'm
says.
used to this shit.
Because
Now
the
it's kinda
majority
like,
of time,
the
what
fuck?
he fucking says has a good point. It's just his delivery.
Delivery
It's
is
like,
key.
That's facts. Because sometimes he'll explain some shit and you be like, he's got a
okay,
point, but at
that's
the same
bars,
time-
and then he'll just be like,
But
but
then-
what got you hard,
Yeah,
homie?
and then honestly, there's something there, like, he always goes in there that just fucks the whole comment up. Like, he'd be like on some philosophical shit. You'd be like, see, this motherfucker's intelligent. He says something stupid like, and there he goes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I am standing behind Rashawn
Hey, whoa,
in the lunch line,
whoa.
and we just ran a train on a chick,
What the fuck?
he's gonna wonder what kept him hard.
I have family that
Was it
watches
the
that
idea
show.
that I'm gonna have sex with this girl, or
Oh,
was
shit.
it me
And my
seeing
uncle's
him
watching.
going all 3D
Uncle David,
up
this
in
is
her
not
nappy
true.
dugout?
Uncle David,
Hopefully
it's not
he
true.
wasn't imagining anything
No,
about you.
what
David,
the
yeah.
real reason why is because you knew afterwards you guys were going to go to the lunchroom and that they were serving mac and cheese that day.
And you're no fucking better. We
I'm
are
just
not
doing-
Eskimo brothers.
I'm doing that to him because he just did all that to us, and so I'm like putting the idea that he's thinking about food sexually.
You are-
But he threw me into
'Cause
the
I'm a
mix and
monster.
shit. Take me out of the mix.
And that's
What
how
about
a,
headache darkness over there?
that's how a train works.
He's
First you're
just
there,
get-
then you get taken out.
Bro,
then
he's
another man
just
for
getting
yourself.
high. Like we all know what he's fucking doing.
I was a mega mind, but right now his mind is fucked up.
Yes, fucked all the way off thanks to Nasty Nick P.
No, I'm just
This
saying,
motherfucker.
am I wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. And the drinks you made-
He's like public enemy number 1 right now. You are always fucking wrong.
Wait, okay, so if I'm wrong, what you're saying is you being able to
saying
keep
you're not correct, but you're really fucking wrong.
I'm just saying it's like
Shit.
the gayest stuff happens with heterosexual males, and it's just astonishing to me
Orge of Valhalla.
that,
With who?
that everybody's been able to get away with it for so goddamn long. Jesus Christ.
I should not be watching this.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all are killing me right now.
I'm staring back at you.
I mean, seriously.
Witness this.
I mean, and one of the
Witness
things
me.
that me and Sean was talking about is we're in a few groups together.
Yeah.
And in some of these groups,
Oh man, the fuck.
there's like, well, again, one of the groups that I was in specifically, there was a Titty Tuesday. They said, ladies, please send us a pics of your titties.
Oh, I remember you
Why
talking
is it
about
just
this.
a bunch of
Oh my
fucking
God,
dudes?
dude.
Sending pictures of women that they don't know.
Oh, I remember we were talking about it that one day, and that shit was like, this is exactly how you put it. He goes, why is it Titty Tuesday and it's titties of nobody in the group? It's just a bunch of raggedy ass perverts that just got random titties on their phone or on their shit and they just posted them.
Yeah. This shit is weird, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like, man, my dick is hard. I'm going to send this so my buddy's dick can get hard too.
It's weird.
Like, what?
That is kind of strange. Like, yo, look how fine Shawty is. Like, what?
There's a difference between like sending like him, you know, and then oh yeah, she's badass, like, you know, sending something like a Shante or some shit. But then you start sending some random just off the wall kinky shit. It's like, bruh,
See, I never,
Bruh.
I never subscribed to that.
No,
No.
don't listen to him. He showed me Harry Potter porn the other day. I was so mad.
Because it was better than the movies.
Oh, wow.
It was like Hagrid fucking
couldn't
Hermione, and I was
Hagrid
like,
was going to town on Hermione.
it was terrible. It hurt my feelings.
He straight up like glazed that girl. like
Yeah.
3 coats.
It was
Damn
terrible.
it.
But no, again,
to
there's
all
a,
our listeners all over the country, this is
Look.
not how we really get down in Denver, but
look, no, yes it is. Yes the fuck it is.
yeah,
Goddamn block.
I tried. I tried.
Again, you have been to a strip club in
Yeah.
the middle of winter.
I've been to strip clubs.
They don't have to turn
internationally.
on the heat in a strip club in the middle of winter because it is all being heated by dick heat.
Yeah.
So,
Bunch of hard ass dudes sitting like fucking
Actually-
hip to hip
No,
watching
hold
one
on, no,
girl
no,
dance.
no. Actually,
That's always
We're
the
not.
thing to me.
Watch
Most
this
of
nigga
the
live
strip
talking about he's there for the fucking
no.
wings.
Most of the strip clubs I've been to, there's actually been a pretty much equal quota of women to men there. Especially when I went to the strip club in Canada. There was actually the strip club I went to in Canada. There was more females there than there were dudes. It was.
yeah, but then the strippers are more likely to get sexually assaulted, apparently. So,
Oh, that is
Oh
weird.
no,
Yeah.
the Canadian strippers are some bitches. Because
Oh.
they don't. They apparently they don't like change through.
I mean,
say,
who
he used
does,
his first
really?
name.
What? What?
I'm sorry, they got dollar coins and I was
Why
at a
are
strip
you
club in
throwing-
Canada. No, I shit you not. We went up there for a friend of mine's birthday,
something wrong with you.
and this motherfucker started throwing change on the stage, and this
I would have probably fucking.
fuck man, this
You know how they
broom-
play the Knuckles game where you fling them back at
No,
people?
This, hold on. This broomstick bitch with titties picked up a handful of change and threw it back at the dude. Talk about I don't need paper money. He's like, well, show me some paper titties.
Damn. Like.
Oh no, her.
Wow.
No, she.
Like
it was
she was
bad.
busted and didn't deserve paper money.
Wait.
No, it's like
She
from
was
the
a-
neck up. From the neck up, it's kind of like, hey. From the neck down, it's kind of like. So why not just put a Barbie doll on stage and spin that bitch around a pole?
So wait, are you saying that her titties look like a freshly pressed shirt pocket?
Her titties.
Where the only thing that pointed out was like the nipple, and even then,
Her
it's just like a
titties.
little button.
Her titties like 2 beach balls that you forget to put the little air thing in.
Wow.
You couldn't
And
even
when
get
she moved, they did not. When she
Oh.
spun around the pole, it was kind of like they just.
Oh, I wonder if they're
Pointed.
fake then.
so they're
Oh,
like,
they were fake as shit.
Yeah.
so they're like scabbed over.
And she had no ass. Like she stood against the pole, and there was no light between her and the pole.
So basically, what you're saying is there were
Wow.
more women in that building because they were just there to support women. And it
I don't
really-
know,
so-
but this stripper was a Lego with titties, and a flat, long piece of Lego with titties.
It was the Lego
That sounds
Stripper
terrible.
edition. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it
Wait
was
till
bad.
that
Pretty
Lego
bad.
movie
That sounds
comes
pretty
out.
bad.
It was so
Lego
bad.
strippers.
As my boy get the drunker you got, we got to the point he was like, "We're leaving, and we got our money back."
God damn.
A refund at the strip club. That's like
Yeah, we had like we had like two strip clubs in that part of Canada. In the great province of British Columbia.
yeah, I know that didn't happen in America. Them like, fuck you. We'll take
Oh.
$20 more to let you leave.
Man,
motherfucker.
I've been to some crazy strip clubs in Texas, and
I haven't been to that many. I just, like when I was down in the Springs, I had homegirls that worked at strip clubs, and I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up. I'll just stay for your last set, and we can, leave or whatever. But
we was in high school.
I
we
don't really
discovered-
like strip
when we were in
clubs.
high school, and we discovered we can get into strip clubs and not be fucked with. Oh, we went, and first couple times, like it's that whole knowledge, like, oh, we got in the strip club. Oh, we can see titties and shit. And then after a while, it's kind of like,
yeah.
we're here and we can't even fucking drink.
And I'm like, this is just like being in the locker room in high school. So cool, I guess.
Well,
How are the
for-
wings?
For me, it's
The
like,
one strip club we went to, that's the reason why we went to one strip club. The wings were fucking dope.
no.
Then we got
I
IDs, we can never go
definitely
back.
couldn't eat at the strip club. I can't even drink here, first off, because even if I did get to have real drink, get your crusty pussy away from my damn drink. I don't want that pussy juice getting in my drink.
I'm pretty sure you can't
But-
have liquor in full nudity, can you?
Not out
No,
here.
Yeah.
not in Colorado. But
Not
and then
out here.
secondly, because the people who hire the talent out here
Yeah.
obviously don't understand what's an attractive
care.
body. They
The
just
weirdest-
get
the
fake
weird-
titties with refrigerator bodies.
The weirdest strip club experience you ever have is if you go with your significant other and they try to buy you a lap dance, and that's setting you up for an ass whooping.
That's just
And
weird.
this is based on facts. Yeah. Get a lap dance.
it-
No, I'm good.
To me, that's bringing sand to the beach.
Couple grades.
That makes no fucking sense to me. Why are you gonna go with your significant other?
I mean, some people
I mean, hey,
like
I mean,
to.
It's a little.
I was gonna. Some people
it's
like
a
to
little-
add some spice to
Yeah,
things or just
spices.
change things
How
up.
fucking
Well, you know-
bland, dude, is your fucking sex life where you're like, hey, my body ain't doing it for you. Go check theirs out,
Well,
and
po-
then bring it back to
look,
me.
Polite
might-
missionary every Tuesday evening, you know.
But honestly, it might not even be that. It's kind of like just something spontaneous, whatever pops off. But I'm sorry, if your girl takes you to a strip club and offers to buy you a lap dance, say no.
Look, drunk anal is fucking spontaneous.
And spicy.
You have to plan
right,
to
on
go
to the
to a
next topic.
goddamn strip
What the
club. You have to plan that shit out.
Yep, you already read my mind. Thank you. Thank you. This is why she's the bartender and not Nick.
Not Nick.
Y'all are just wimps.
No, you are just terrible.
To the motherfucker that doesn't drink, decide today is the day he's gonna play fucking master bartender.
Yes.
just-
John
make-
Taffer will whoop your ass for the shit you created today.
Who?
You don't watch Bar Rescue.
What did you name that shot? The John Wick?
It was just one guy.
No, it's
Just
called,
one
no,
fucking guy?
no, it's called The Nigga Sick.
Or should we call it the Benoit because it'll take out your whole family?
Yes. Yes.
Why
Call that shit the,
Why
no,
did Shaw just get a flat?
we call that shit the Megamind. Because it will fuck your mind up.
Man, ruined.
Oh, dude.
Horribly.
I've never ever in my life been so happy that I only have half my taste buds. That shit was horrible, bro.
Dude.
That shit was so horrible.
Oh, goodness. You're fired.
Transitioning.
You are fired. This is not going to be a little game. You're not going to continue
No, we can't call
on.
that. Yeah.
You
call
stop
that drink.
here.
You call that drink. Yeah, call it your transition. You drink this, you're gonna transition to something.
Not the transition.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have a topic they want to get out of the way before we get into the game?
I guess I will address the if you have
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you have listened to any of my shows in the past, we did do an episode on conservatorship, and Dex definitely shared some personal information with us that, so that we knew someone who had experienced it firsthand. But I, have been following Britney Spears' storyline, which, if you haven't been following it at all, the New York Times just released yesterday, the 24th. What is it? Yeah, yesterday, an investigative story that they did on it, where someone from the Black Box security team, I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but he is on he does the interview, and then it's also her stylist and her personal assistant, her previous personal assistant before she was pushed off of the team. But essentially, a lot of things came to light about her situation. Some things that really set me off about it and that really pissed me the fuck off were the way that they were essentially using her mental health to keep her a fucking prisoner. They had their security team members, the guy was talking about how they were giving her fucking medicine. How in any sense are you fucking qualified? I understand there's the idea of a caregiver and everything, but how are you the ones who are qualified to be giving her fucking medication? This bitch makes millions of dollars. She doesn't have a medication nurse. I have a medication nurse. I'm on Medicaid. And I have someone who monitors my mental health medication because it's very serious, the types of sedatives they had her on.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? How does it make any sense for her to be getting her medication from her security team?
Well, it's another thing, and you talked about this in the past on quite a few episodes of your show, just how people have no respect for another person's mental health.
Yeah.
And, all jokes aside, we've all made our jokes about Britney Spears, this, that, whatever, but she went through a very traumatizing point, and it's she's at a point now where she's trying to build some type of stability and whatnot in life, but they're using her mental health against her.
And her kids too,
and her kids, everything, and it's honestly, it's fucking sad.
Yeah, it's 13 years the conservatorship has been going on. Her father is now petitioning to have it canceled, to get rid of it, but he was trying to hang on for the fucking longest.
Oh yeah.
And
you want to control everything she did. And that's
literally, they had tapped into her phone and were monitoring her conversations with her family, with her friends, with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was literally
she recently got engaged, didn't she, to her boyfriend?
I think they're still together, but
she's engaged now.
The dad literally would vet them and do background checks on them, and have them, guys that are around her, sign confidentiality agreements, insane amount of protection, because they didn't want anyone bringing a bad influence to her and having her get back on drugs. But yeah, and then things came to light about Jamie Spears, and apparently he was an alcoholic all their lives growing up, and she said that she thought he was still abusing alcohol, and they were like, no, he's taking scheduled tests. And she's like, well, I want him to take random tests. I don't want them to be scheduled. He can work his way around that. I want him to have random tests like I do. And the judge who was working on her case, she just retired recently. That's why she's got a new judge, and so many things are happening. But they read the transcripts from this particular hearing, and the judge literally was like, who is she to be demanding anything from anyone in her position?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is it that you're going to sit here and be like, this addict is so much more superior than this one? That makes no fucking sense. And this girl had literally was doing 140 shows a fucking year at Vegas. making millions of dollars, doing tours around the world constantly. She did a 4-year tour at Vegas, and then they canceled the show, stopped her tour for the album, stopped, and they were like, we're going to give you a break, and then they literally had her start again and sign a contract immediately. And she was like begging for it. She asked them like, I can't handle this anymore, I need a break. And the dad had reported no, I'm telling you, the dad reported to the freaking judge that she wasn't taking her medication properly, and then had her put on lithium the next fucking day when she asked for a break. Which I'm on lithium. It knocks me the fuck out. And this chick is performing like it's crazy.
If you think about it, for as long as you can think of her career, you know, and this might just be my personal opinion on it, but people may agree with me. Like, that's his cash cow. You know, she makes all the fucking money, so I mean, he's living off of his daughter.
Yeah. Oh, he was getting cut.
Like,
He was getting cut percentages of her.
I mean, that mindset. He gives no fucks about her fucking mental health at all. You know what I'm saying?
We all know Joe Jackson's story.
Well, yeah, and then, you know, she got to the point she's a little older, she's getting burnt out. Well, you got the little sister, she's just as talented.
No, definitely
I'm just saying,
not.
I don't believe she's as talented.
That is a reach.
But
Yeah.
she has talent, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, well, fuck it, let's see what we can do with her.
Pregnant like nobody's business.
And she fills it out. Because, well, if she got pregnant super young, she just fills it out. She didn't live up to the hype that her sister did, so now he's back on that thing.
Well, and he did this.
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to keep doing this. You're the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the matriarch, but
You're my bottom bitch?
well, that works too. But you know, like, you're the breadwinner. You know.
Yeah.
You need to do this. This is what you need to do.
Well,
do
and
this for the family. And,
apparently,
you know what I'm saying?
witnesses said that she wasn't even allowed to spend her money like that. Like
No,
she.
he's had control of it her entire career.
Well, and her stylist told us a story specifically. They were walking through the mall, walking through a mall one day. She saw some fucking Skechers that she thought were cute and wanted, and asked for them. And they were like, "You don't have money to buy Skechers."
Yeah, she had an image uphold.
And no, I don't give a fuck about her fucking image.
Is,
She makes millions of dollars. If that
but
bitch
you gotta
wants
think
some
about it.
Skechers,
She got Van Damme.
Some of these art, some of
she
these
can wear them at
entertainers,
home on
you
the
know,
couch.
Some of these entertainers, you know, if you notice, some entertainers, they only wear certain brands because, well, quiet as it's kept, if they're wearing that brand, because that brand is paying them.
Okay,
you only
cool.
wear our
But
stuff.
can they go to the fucking store and buy something else if they want to?
Some of them
I mean,
cannot.
contractually, maybe not wear them, but can they go and just have access to their money?
And honestly, some can, especially younger actors, performers, whatever, they can.
Well, that's guardianship issues, but
Yeah.
I just mean like with conservatorship, you don't have access to your funds
Yeah,
like
but
that.
I'm just saying, it's some of that too, like, because whoever's in charge of all your money, you know, all your finances, all that stuff, you know, well, if you wear this, we get paid this. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
and
no,
she
you
wanted,
can't buy this.
she
No, you
wanted
can't buy
fucking,
that.
allegedly, she wanted sushi one night, and they were like, no, you just had sushi recently, you don't need to have it again,
Yeah.
it's too expensive. What?
And
What?
That's,
All right.
see, and that's where it becomes, that conservatorship becomes, it's just fucking control.
All right, so wait a second. How were they able to get the conservatorship in the first place?
From her having a mental breakdown. Essentially what happened, did you see what happened with her and that paparazzi?
When she shaved her head and all that shit.
Yeah.
Jack
And
or
she,
whatever,
like,
attacked
attacked
them
the
with
car?
Yeah, with the umbrella.
Okay.
And all
With
that.
the umbrella? Yeah.
So at that point, they have probable cause. That one or two incidents.
I mean, yes, but I feel like if someone got in my fucking face like that 24/7 flashing cameras and pushing me and like I might snap too. Like
Right.
it's a high pressure life.
And that happened when?
She was
Years
in
ago.
her 2008. It was my 18th birthday around when she had her breakdown.
Jesus.
And yeah, after that is when Jamie got conservatorship over her, and it was like within a couple years of him getting out of rehab for alcoholism.
Yeah, I remember that.
That he got
Okay.
conservatorship for her.
Okay, so she flips out. Conservatorship pops up. Judge grants it. All this time, she was not able to prove that she did not need it?
She did not know that she was allowed to petition it. She said that in the records that
Yeah,
she
they
told
never-
the judge straight up, like, I didn't know I was allowed to, like,
Yeah, no one ever told her
Uh,
she could.
well, and her
she
her
could
attorney was a court appointed attorney. She didn't choose it. She was paying for her opposition of attorneys, and also her attorney was a court appointed. She didn't even get to have someone who would fight
Yeah.
for her necessarily.
Yeah, she
And
did-
the
she
judge
the-
was so fucking against her. It was insane,
yeah,
man.
like there were so many technicalities.
Because they
like,
had to
there's some
write off a lot of.
information-
They
yeah,
had to
there's
write off
information
and
they let
give
her know.
consent for
Yeah.
a lot of the things that he did. And like I said, finally that judge retired, and this new judge is coming around now, and they're like giving her more options, and like she petitioned to hire her own attorney, and they granted it to her, and now she has her own attorney, and he's like, no, fuck that, we're actually gonna break in and investigate this shit.
Yeah, like the first time around.
Apparently they're audio recording her bedroom
and
too.
The thing is, the first time around is because of how they presented her mental breakdown. You know, they pretty much said they pretty much treated her like she completely fucking lost it. So naturally, at the time, I believe her dad was still in charge of some of her career, like her manager or something. I mean, I may be wrong, but he's in charge of a lot of stuff, so he still had a lot of say in what happened.
Oh, everything.
Yeah,
Who she talked to, Iggy Azalea said just for her to come over to her house and have lunch with her, that she had someone come through and sweep the fucking house.
Yeah.
And like look at all her shit before she'd come over and have salad. Like,
yeah.
And so the dad, his colon ruptures in 2019, and that's how all this came about, was because she was institutionalized. He needed to go into the hospital. He needed to be hospitalized for his colon rupture. So he no longer had the ability to keep control over her. So he had her institutionalized and said that she was fucking off and that she was feeling unstable and too much pressure and needed to go in. And she was like, I didn't consent to that.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, back then, you know, she wasn't given the information she should have been given. Like, yes, you can contest it.
Yep.
You know, you should ask your own lawyer. It's kind of like she just went by what she was told. Like, no, this is how it has
What
to
else
be.
could she do? They literally, if she fucked up and pissed them off, they would not let her see her kids.
Yeah.
They would say that she failed a drug test. They would say that she's not taking her meds. They would say whatever they want about her, and because she's fucking crazy.
Okay, pause. It's a little far-fetched and hard to believe that a millionaire who is not Gary Busey doesn't understand how to stop the fuck shit that's going on in their life. That is hard to swallow.
And you would be astonished at how many entertainers out there don't know exactly what they have control of.
I mean, true, but also she is being heavily medicated, and you know, I know that when I'm on my drugs, like every fucking day, I'm not the wit who have the highest wits about me either, and you know, she was mentally having issues for a fucking while, but that doesn't mean she knows the law of conservatorship. I didn't know a lot of stuff until I looked it up and read it myself.
So what you're saying is you, who are not going through a conservatorship, was able to jump on Google and look some stuff up, but she, who is and has access to more than we do, even has friends with means who have access to things that we don't, she never learned how to use Google?
Her shit was being monitored. Her dad took her phone away constantly. So maybe, but they would know that she was looking shit up.
Look,
He is China.
Look, I am the father of teenagers. You are the father of adults and teenagers. Dex, father of a teenager.
Teenager, yes.
Will a goddamn teenager find a motherfucking way to get onto the internet without you knowing?
They're pretty good at that.
I mean, I guess,
A
yeah. All of that is true. I'm sure she could have done more, but we don't know exactly the position that she was in.
And that's my thing. That's my thing. We don't know the full story. We know prisoners that are getting their goddamn legal degrees while in prison.
And getting themselves out of prison.
Getting themselves out of prison. And you mean to tell me that this person who's doing all this couldn't do a goddamn thing for herself beyond right now?
Some of them can.
We know of far too many men who have murdered their family and then still have the opportunity to represent themselves in court. And what you're trying to feed me right now is Britney Spears was so much of a victim, she couldn't do that.
Maybe.
I'm not buying it.
I don't know.
I'm not saying that everything that is going on is fake or no bullshit like that. I know some messed up stuff is happening there. Terrible that is happening. I'm just not buying the woe is me, I couldn't do anything.
Well, that's not
storyline.
her talking about it. This is just other people around her. She hasn't come out and given any type of interviews or anything about the situation yet. I'm just basing what I've said off of what she said in the courtroom. She even told her, she even apologized to the judge. She's like, I'm sorry, and I may sound like an idiot right now, but I literally had no idea that I could make changes and go about doing this. She's like, I'm learning now, and I'm getting help and everything, but like I had no fucking clue.
On the song Didn't Even Know, Rick Ross said that he took a girl back to his space, drugged her, had fun with her, and she didn't even know. When he was called out about the lyrics, this man went and said, I don't know what rape is. I do not believe when celebrities say they don't know something, you're full of shit.
Facts.
Especially when the court or legal is involved. I ain't buying it. Again, is she a victim in all this? 97% possibility. I'm not arguing that. All these little intricacies about it, I ain't buying. Not buying it. But that's just me. Based on everything that I've gone through in my life, this whole believe victims, no. Because for them to be a victim, they would have to be victimized, which means there's a victimizer out there. And what does our legal system actually say about crimes? You're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. True. And sometimes even with proof, it doesn't fucking matter. So, and that's why, I am very sensitive about this subject because of my previous history. I wasn't believed. So, and that's what it is. It's better to just be a victim and not say anything and move on with your fucking trauma than actually say anything, because that's what happens.
No. Always speak up. Always do that. But I would say when it comes down to it, when you have to rely on somebody else, that's where you're fucking up. Because when it comes down to it, nobody is going to have your back like you, because nobody is as invested in your life as you are.
I mean, yes, but I've been institutionalized. You don't have a fucking door. You can't even go to the bathroom without getting permission. You have to fucking sit there and do what they tell you to fucking do. And if that's the type of regimen she was under, especially when she was institutionalized while her dad was in the hospital, you don't have a fucking say. You don't have anyone having your fucking back. You just have to do what you need to fucking do. Or they can sedate you and you can sit there in a fucking room.
So she was sedated while she was doing all these 100+ shows in Vegas?
She was on medication, yeah.
She was medicated.
But still able to perform.
I mean, she had to. She cares about her. She cares about what she does. She loves what she does. She just wants freedom.
Nick
She
is
wants to be
trying
able
to
to
say,
take her fucking IUD
"Everybody
out
got
and
your
have kids.
Wait, what was that, Dex?
Nick is trying to say, everybody got choices.
Yeah.
But there's certain contracts in the entertainment industry that honestly take a lot of your choices away from you.
Yeah.
Ask
Especially if you have any type of mental issues, no matter what severity of it is, they use it against you.
Ask any man who's going through a really dirty, nasty divorce if he is willing to let his entire fortune go just to get away from that bitch. Because basically, if you've done it and you have the ability to do it again, which all she has to do is show up on fucking Twitter and she can restart her shit, she could have did that. Ain't buying it. But that's just me. Again, not saying she's not a victim. I'm just not buying that she was a victim to that point. Because that's insane. But that's just me.
But like I see where you're coming from. I see what you're saying. But I said when you're in the entertainment industry, when you are under a contract, regardless, they're gonna hold you to that. And if there's so much money behind it or money to be made or whatever, they're gonna do whatever it takes to make their profit. And they give no fucks. your mental situation. All right, what drugs do we need to give so and so they can get on there and get on stage and perform, or they can show up on set and read their lines for this movie. Not giving two flying fucks about what they may be dealing with on another level, you know. And they'll throw that contract in their face like, hey, I understand you're going through stuff, but according to this contract that you signed, your agent signed, this is what you need to be doing.
Oh yeah, we all
And they give no fucks.
we all
Now,
remember the story of
yeah,
TLC.
but I mean, but like you say, you know, they have choices. But when you sign certain contracts, especially in the entertainment industry, once you put your name on that dotted line, your choices no longer fucking matter. Same thing like professional athletes. I think it was Lamar Jackson, a quarterback, during the summertime before, you know, mandatory practices and all that shit started out. He was back home kicking with neighborhood kids, playing small pickup football games here or there, whatever. And they were freaking out like, oh my God, his contract's worth X amount of $1 million. He shouldn't be out there doing that. Out there doing what? Being fucking human? Hanging with the neighborhood kids you grew up with? It's like, some of these people get these multi-million-dollar fucking contracts and they lose their fucking humanity. They can't do the things they enjoy in life that, I don't know, help them get to where the fuck they're at. But because, oh my God, we don't need you playing basketball on the asphalt because you might tear an ACL or some shit. If they're out there doing something constructive, positive, you know, let's not forget that they're out there doing something fucking positive instead of in a club acting a goddamn fool, beating their wives, you know, beating their side chicks, you know, getting DUIs, whatever. But they're in the hood, their neighborhood they grew up in, playing pick up basketball with the kids or pick up football game with the kids or whatever the case may fucking be. But because of some bullshit ironclad contract that they signed to pay them X amount of money, you know, there's players that sign these big ass contracts, and when it's off season, whatever, they go home, they're in the gym. They go home, they're in the gym, and then whatever sponsorship deals have to deal with, but they can't do anything outside of that. If it's not clearly stated in the contract that they can do this, that, and the other, they can't do it. If they decide they want to go to a family reunion and play a pickup football game, nope, they gotta sit their monkey ass the fuck down and watch the family have fun because there's a risk of injury.
No, and I get that, but you know what had to happen before any of that went down? They had to read that goddamn thing and then agree to it.
Yeah.
So I cannot feel sorry for you.
But sometimes, real shit, sometimes a lot of these players, especially some of these younger players coming out of college, they never read their contract. Only thing they're told about the contract is how much money they're guaranteed and how much money they'll make the duration. At that point, it's all between the team owners and the agents.
And again,
the agent would show up and talk about, don't worry about reading this. I just need you to sign right here. All right, your check's coming.
and here's my thing. You are not a college athlete, and yet you know that. So how am I going to feel sorry for a college athlete who's going to sign that contract without having anybody go over it?
But here's the thing. At some point, being a college athlete, you think somebody would give, you would think, it's not the case, but you would think someone would be smart enough to talk to him about some shit like that. Like, all right, you're destined to go pro, or you know what, you're getting ready to go pro. This is some of the things you need to take care of to make sure you're taken care of. A lot of them, like a lot of these colleges, be like, that's why a lot of colleges beat these kids up, because if you get 1, 2, 3 of your student athletes to go pro, whatever the sport may be, okay, now you've got extra money coming into your fucking college. It's all a business transaction, and it's trickled down as far as fucking high school. But hell, I've seen it, and I've heard stories of you've got high schools now recruiting middle school kids for sports and grooming them all through high school, whatever, and then not letting these kids pick what college they want to go to. Like, what college is willing to not only give you a scholarship, but they're going to give back to this school. Not the community, but to that school. It's a fucking business transaction. all the way around.
Yeah, I would
Hey.
agree.
Their mental health, hell, their physical health is not a fucking factor. Are you healthy enough to play this season? Yes. All right, let's get to it. Are you healthy enough to play this season? Nope. Well, what do you got to do to get you healthy to play this season? Like, there's like I'll say 3 or 4 players in the NFL season is underway now. But there's fucking some of these players that have another 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years in them, and they decided, fuck that. But there's one player in particular, I wish I could remember his name. He was a defensive player. He was guaranteed a shit ton of money this season, just guaranteed. He made the 53-man roster or whatever. He was guaranteed his fucking money. He opted out to retire because he does not like the way things are going.
And I can't get mad at that.
At the end of the day, though, because he was smart enough to hire an agent that actually gives a flying fuck about him, and he knew his shit with his contract and everything, to where even though he retired, he will not set foot on a field this season. He still gets paid his guaranteed money.
Yeah.
He walked away from everything else, but
And it's at that point again, I have to say, it's hard for me to feel sorry for them for knowing what can come of this and deciding, nah, these numbers are way too important for me to worry about any of the consequences.
and that's how they rope these kids in, leaving college early and shit. They throw them big amounts of fucking money, like gangs of fucking money. And some of these players, they fizzle out. Shit, some of them even make a practice squad. But you sign this contract, you got all this money, so now you gotta fight to get the bare minimum fucking practice squad money, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It can
Some fuckers just don't read their contracts fully, or they just let their agents handle all that shit. And they shouldn't. I mean, this is your livelihood.
True. And if you keep getting sacked and your rib cage starts looking like just an abused sack of graham crackers, I cannot feel sorry for you.
No, these players these days, you know, they're being pushed so fucking hard. Where back in the days, we had players that would retire well in their fucking 40s. You got players retiring early 30s. Some of them are retiring in the 20s. It's like, you just came into the league in your 20s and now you're fucking retiring? But they beat them up. You know, they put their bodies through so much fucking physical and mental fucking abuse. It's not funny.
Fair.
You know, I stopped doing sports in high school here and there because I didn't like the mental abuse I was getting from the coaches. To try to, what they felt is motivational, this, that, and the other, was just fucking blatantly just, it was abuse.
That must be a football thing because I played varsity tennis all 4 years of high school at 3 different high
It
schools.
was football, it was
And-
track. I ran track in high school.
Oh yeah, I didn't do track. I did tennis
You know,
and
our track coach was-
very positive
our
experience.
The varsity track coach was one of those types, like, you know, we could be like, hey, we're tired, it's hot, we can't do this, and he'd give us that old don't quit type of pep talk
What
bullshit.
the fuck? We would take breaks and there was lemon in our fucking water. I'm sorry, dude. I'm really sorry.
No, but I mean, seriously, though, it's like I dealt with coaches and shit like that where, especially those of us that had a talent, that excelled than others, you know, you can do one more lap.
I mean, no, my
Push
coaches were
yourself.
tough and they had us push ourselves, you know, and get better. But it wasn't to a point where I felt uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and that's different. Like my tennis coach for one school was also my choir teacher, and I feel like she was meaner as a choir teacher than she was as my coach. So I don't know. But in more important news, no offense to
know,
all of
good.
your athletes out there, the Spyro video game that came out on
Oh,
PlayStation
shit.
has been remastered, and now it is a trilogy. The first 3 games are out, and it is super fun. The graphics are pretty great, to the point where I have a hard time finding some gems in the grass. But yeah, if you ever played the original Spyro games, I definitely recommend getting it. It's just as frustrating as it was originally, and there's cheat codes still like there were originally. My Spyro is currently pink with a big head and glasses, and I change the color every time I play. I love it.
I do like this resurgence of old school games that are coming back, even if they're just remastered. I'm loving it because, again, everybody knows it is it's very easy to come to my spot and see me playing Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah.
You open this for me, please.
Be that 1 through 4.
Like you play it all of
I love Streets of Rage, and Streets of Rage 4 is a solid return to form for the series.
Yeah.
Does it play like the other 3? No. Do I want it to play like the other 3? Fuck no. What's the point of it playing exactly the same for it to be part 4?
Honestly, I can't even hate on you because I'm not really big into fighting games, and I actually do have fun playing that with you when I do play. So.
See, but that's. Let me get on my little nerd soapbox. That is a beat 'em up. It's not a fighting game. Fighting game is like 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, blah blah blah.
Okay, cool. So when we're playing the game and we're using different characters and we're fighting other characters,
Beating
I
'em up.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Beating them up, Battletoad style.
Yep. When we're beating them or fighting them, whatever terminology you want, it's a fun game.
And everybody, keep in mind that pretty much everybody in this room, from me, Diana, to I believe Dex and Shot, we all have Twitch accounts. There's even the main Mouthpiece Twitch account. So check us out.
I haven't started my Twitch account just yet.
And
I'm
yeah,
working on
I
it, but we
actually
have a
do
Mouthpiece
stream
Twitch
here and there. I play Gears of War. I'll stream my Yakuza games, or I was gonna start streaming Spyro. I will drop my Twitch for this one. I'll have them put it in there, my Twitch name,
But
so that
keep in
if
mind-
anyone wants to subscribe.
Come October 6th or 7th, you will not see her on any goddamn thing other than Far Cry 6.
Yes, I will be streaming Far Cry 6 when I get the copy,
My
and
Twitch is up, you'll
religiously.
just catch me on Call of Duty.
I cannot fucking wait for that game. I am
Nor
obsessed.
his Call of Duty. We have Giancarlo Esposito as the bad guy in the legendary Far Cry series.
Oh my god. And I mean, if you've ever played any of them, like Far Cry 5 was just chef's kiss. Like, I mean, it's so culty. Like, literally,
Literally.
the premise of the story is there's a cult following, and they are putting out drugs into the community called Bliss. And
Once you walk through that goddamn bliss.
oh my god, you will be seeing some shit. They're like hardcore hallucinogens. And yeah, it's a fucking crazy ass game. And then New Dawn is a prettier, grittier version. It's more aesthetically pleasing.
I mean, it's aesthetically pleasing
Yes.
if you like psychedelics.
Yeah, I mean, and I do. So
But yeah, in Far Cry 5, you have to go up against the Seed family, which they are literally a cult. Literally.
Oh, it's bad. Like when you find out the truth of everything and all the different relationships, you're like, ooh, not a good look.
And Far Cry New Dawn is what I initially thought was just going to be like DLC for 5, which kinda.
Yeah, but the
But
villains
not
are
exactly.
the villains are fucking dope. Like
And
they're what I aspire to be in the apocalypse.
But
Wow.
Far Cry New Dawn is its own standalone game, and it's the direct follow-up to 5, which is kind of rare for Far Cry because it doesn't actually follow the storyline like that.
Yeah.
Every Far Cry adventure is its own standalone thing.
I've played 4. I'm playing 4. I haven't finished it yet, but it definitely plays differently than the other ones. It's still fun, but
And if you can find a video game with a more eclectic collection of fucking crazy bad guys, please let us know.
yeah.
Because Dracula from Castlevania ain't got shit on a Far Cry villain.
For real, yo, like they are pretty evil.
Like, look, Joseph Seed gets so pissed off at you progressing through the game, he like shows up in this like little solo vignette yelling at you, and he's so pissed off he doesn't give a shit that he has like 6 gallons of snot just flowing out of his face as he just angrily rips into you. These guys are fucking intense, and it's actually kind of scary sometimes.
Well, and even like Ubisoft is really going fucking hard with their campaigning for the new Far Cry 6. They are doing like so many videos with the recording of I can't remember the name of. I should just look it up, but
Are you talking about Giancarlo?
yeah, I'm just trying. I don't remember his character's name.
Yes, the villain that he's playing. Who, if you look at the first initial trailer, how he's treating his son is goddamn scary. It is scary. This is a dictator through and through. This is the dictator that the history books warn you about.
Anton Castillo. So that's the villain's name is Anton Castillo, and they have like clips of him, and it's the actor like portray like dressed as him in the same fucking like scenery and everything, and he's sitting there like giving you ways to play the game and what you should and shouldn't be doing, but like sarcastically to a point where he's like, "Don't steal tanks, like come the fuck on," like. And there's like supposed to be a little dog in the game with a wheelchair butt. It's like half dog, half wheelchair. It's missing the back legs. And then there's an alligator that you play with. Like, it's fucking crazy. It looks so good, and I'm very hyped up for it. Yeah. Sorry, I took you down that spiral of video games, but
it's fine. It got us out of the depressing millionaires with problems situation, and stuff done that's really gay for the name of homosexuality or for the name of heterosexuality.
Well, I say we play at least 1 or 2 rounds of the game just to send us off, and yeah. Dex, I'll drink for you, okay?
Yes.
You scared, boy?
Just don't let him ever pour
No,
a
we're
drink
just responsible
for me
adults. We
ever
don't give in to peer pressure. If you're sick, if
scared,
you've had enough,
say you scared.
You gotta know when to tap.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, I think we are coming up to our hour, and you know what?
I was
you know how I
excited to
always
play
say,
the game.
these people had enough of our free time.
Mm.
Now, there's
Or
some
our
wildness
bullshit.
that happens behind the scenes that somebody is, irresponsible enough that the cops can just find the evidence. That's the stuff we're going to be putting on Patreon. So if you want to see the wildness that you ain't going to see here,
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's
I'm
like-
so excited. I didn't tell Dex this, but my idea for like horror stories made out of songs, I'm really gonna. I'm so excited for
it's going to
that.
be some interesting stuff. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead, sign off, let you people get back to it, let Dex get back to praying to the porcelain god.
Yeah.
And let you get back away from the fucking bar. Shit. Goodness gracious. Dear Lord, don't ever let this man pour your drink.
Oh shit, I love it.
The pudding. Okay, so
Don't eat the pudding.
Yeah, they should be called Flories, not Roofies.
Mhm.
Facts.
there's a meeting in my bedroom.
Oh God.
You
Please.
can't be late.
It's already around 3.
Well, this is Diana signing off.
Nick P,
It's just shot,
a.k.a. and Bison.
And morning field chaps in the headache room over
dog.
here.
You fucked with somebody can't say his own name.
Right across from my penis.
Yes.
So we will
No.
see you guys on the next
No.
episode. Until then, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.
Peace.